What is up guys, Tired here, and welcome to another character explained video featuring the Eidolon summoner from Final Fantasy IX, Eiko. So, first off, I would like to give a quick shout out to the creators of the DissidiaDB.com website as well as the Tonberry Troop from the DFFOO subreddit, as most of the information that I will be sharing with you guys came from their resources. So without further ado, let's proceed on checking out our little summoner's kit. So as you can see, Eiko is a magic attacker that provides support in terms of buffs and HP regen to the party. She is also able to provide tremendous brave battery to the party as well. Her first skill is HP regen. At base form, it grants the party HP regen for 6 turns and also provide brave battery based on initial brave. Equipping the HP regen extend passive tremendously increases the brave gain of the skill. It provides it improves the max brave up and attack up buff from the 15 CP weapon passive. The skill now triggers an HP attack after use, and the party's HP is now restored based on the HP damage dealt up to 20% of max HP. All excess HP recovery is converted to brave. Also, with this passive, when Eiko is buffed, her HP attack turns into HP attack plus, which now restores the party's HP based on the HP damage dealt up to 10% of their max HP. Equipping her 15 CP weapon passive extends the duration of the HP regen buff to 12 turns, and as said earlier, Skill 1 will now grant the party a small attack up and small max brave up for 12 turns as well. So basically, this is where Eiko's support role comes in. She can provide HP restoration with this skill that can last for 12 turns as well as great brave battery. Smite, her second skill, is a holy magic brave attack that raises the party's brave based on the based on the brave damage dealt. Equipping the Smite Extend passive gives the skill 2 additional uses. The number of brave hits will also be increased to 4, and the total brave potency is moderately increased. The skill also gains an overflow of up to 120% and then triggers an HP attack after use. Also, with this passive, when Eiko is buffed, her Brave attack turns into Brave attack plus, which becomes a 2-hit magic Brave attack that has a stronger Brave potency and batteries the party's Brave based on attack. Equipping her 35 CP weapon passive raises the Brave potency and lowers the action delay of Smite. It also raises the party's Brave based on attack and grants a medium speed up buff for 5 turns. Equipping her Tiger Racket gives her the ability to use her EX ability, Terra Homing, which is a 3-hit Holy AoE Magic Brave plus HP attack. The Brave hits are dispersed when there are multiple enemies. The HP damage is split among all enemies as well. The skill also restores the party's HP based on the HP damage dealt up to 20% of their max HP. Any excess HP restoration is converted to Brave. The skill also inflicts a Holy Resistance debuff for how many turns? 4 turns, while granting Eiko's double white magic buff for 4 turns. When double white magic is active, her HP attack and HP attack plus turns into double holy which is a 2-hit Holy Magic Brave plus HP attack that is triggered twice. Eiko's Brave is raised based on her initial Brave before the second attack. It also has an overflow of up to 120% of max Brave and also deals 50% of HP damage to non-targeted enemies. Double White Magic is dispelled after use. Max Limit Breaking her EX weapon basically raises the Brave damage dealt and recast speed of Terra Homing, while realizing her EX weapon into EX Plus drastically improves the stats given by the weapon. At 0.3, Terra Homing's Brave potency and overflow is increased. At 1.3, Eiko's max Brave and attack is increased, and while she is buffed, her HP attack and HP attack plus turns into HP attack plus plus, which is a Holy Magic Brave plus HP attack that has an overflow of up to 120% and restores the party's HP based on the HP damage dealt up to 10% of their max HP. At 2.3, her EX gauge is filled to the max at the start of the quest, and the party is granted with HP regen, medium attack up, and medium max Brave up buffs for 12 turns. At max limit break, Terra Homing's Brave hits is increased to 6, and the Brave potency and overflow is increased as well. When using double Holy, the Brave hits is increased to 4, and just like the EX ability, the Brave potency and the overflow of double Holy is increased as well. So here are some of Eiko's notable passives. Her first party aura raises the max Brave and the attack of the party while buffed. This comes from her level 58 crystal passive, while her level 68 passive gives her an aura that raises the party's initial Brave and attack by 10%. Her AA ability recovers one use of both her skills while raising the party's attack for 3 turns. And her AA extend slightly improves the attack all effect. So, Eiko is one of those offensive support type of character that can provide buffs, battery, and regen to the party while dishing out damage, albeit not the typical DPS type of damage. With her having Holy Imperil, she can now be used on magic resist stages while raising her damage output. One downside that I see from her is that her buffs are generic, and it does take 3 or more buff slots, meaning buff heavy characters are not recommended to be in the same party with her. One example of this is Luck, which can take up 4 buff slots with his framed buffs. Also, since her buffs are generic, enemies can dispel these buffs. However, only a few enemies has the ability to do this. For ingots, it is recommended to have her at 2-3 for longevity, and of course 3-3 to be able to use her in future chaos stages. For artifacts, 3 attack plus 108 and 3 max Brave plus 330 is advisable, while a 2-star buff attack artifact can be used as substitute as well. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Make quick explanation or overview for Eiko. She really is one of, I guess, you could say nostalgic support, as before, during the 35 CP era, she's one of the best supports, having I think she was the first few characters to have heal and raise attack to the whole party. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below if you have her built. How are you uh, finding her? Does she live up to your expectations? I mean, me myself, I do like having an Eiko on my party during while farming for the CPU raid. Unfortunately, I do not have her built up. So yeah, please leave a like if you were able to learn something about her kit. And yeah, good luck on your games, guys, and I will see you on the next video.